I froze the moment her laughter echoed off the courtroom walls. And then I realized they all think I'm the joke. I had spent months crafting that proposal. Months of late nights and trembling hope sealed in a single document. Then my colleague's laughter rang out so loud I could feel it in my bones. My hands went cold. And then the judge leaned forward, eyebrows raised, waiting for me to explain. How did it come to this? I held my breath. And then I remembered the email thread buried deep in my sent folder, an innocuous, for your eyes only message from my mentor, clarifying every hidden draft suggestion I'd never been credited for. And then the air in this oak-paneled chamber thickened. Every pair of eyes burned into me, curious, skeptical, waiting. Did I really deserve to be here? I shook, felt the shuffle of papers beside me. Then a single ping from my phone reminded me the truth was a click away. All I needed was one ally, one chance, to set this story straight. What happens next? I remember the first time I sat at this very table, adjusting the crease in my skirt as I straightened the stack of files before me. I am Marissa Clark, a junior associate at Langford & Hayes LLP. I am the eldest child of two hardworking immigrants. I am a single mother to 6-year-old Sophie, whose bright eyes and relentless questions fuel every choice I make. I begin each morning before dawn. I slip out of our tiny apartment, careful not to wake Sophie. I am on autopilot, coffee, briefcase, elevator ride, until the motion of the subway car lulls me into bitter exhaustion. I arrive at the office in the dim blue glow of my laptop. Screen. I am polite, efficient, always early. I am invisible. I have spent the past 3 years quietly building my reputation. I am the lawyer who hunts down buried clauses in contracts. I am the one who stays late to cross-reference every citation, whose trembling hands draft motions at midnight. I am the sister my younger brother calls for advice on first dates. I am the daughter who sends money home every month, sacrificing my own shoes so my parents can pay for their medication. I can still feel the cool marble of the reception desk the day my mentor, Victor Hayes, extended his hand and said, "Welcome to the team." I was beaming, heart thudding so loud I feared he'd hear it. Then he smiled, a brief flicker in his stern gaze that felt like acceptance. I clutched that moment like a lifeline. I finally belonged. I am careful to keep my guard up. I am cautious around my colleagues. Angela from litigation, whose sharp laugh cuts sharper than any objection. Derek, who pats my shoulder as if I'm fragile. And Carla, whose whispered ambitious sounds suspiciously like threat. I learned early not to trust. I learned to hide my triumphs in plain sight, letting others claim credit so the spotlight never burned too hot. I am Sophie's hero and her bedtime storyteller. I am the mom who tucks her in with a recital of goodnight kisses before returning to my desk. I can still see her plush bunny, white fur matted at the ears, its button eyes fixed in eternal adoration. I kiss her shoulder once more, counting every breath she takes before I close the door. This is why I fight. I carry evidence of my life. In bulging binders, Sophie's school photos, report cards, a crayon drawing titled Mommy's Big Day, where I stand triumphantly before a courthouse. I clutch these in my mind like talismans, proof that I am more than a name on a door. I remind myself daily that my worth is not measured by nods in a hallway or the echo of murmured praise. I pace these corridors telling myself, I am good enough. I repeat it in front of the mirror, voice quivering until belief settles into my bones. I iron every shirt, polish every pair of heels. I memorize the judge's background before each hearing so I can tailor my tone, my deference. I am prepared. Then I bite my lip, steadying the tremor before I step into the glare of the courtroom lights. I glance at the clock, 8:15, and then I wonder, will today be the day I finally break through? I step into the courtroom and feel my pulse thundering. I am greeted by the faint glare of fluorescent lights overhead. I am recalibrating my composure, breath by breath. Then the bailiff calls the case. Clark vs. Langford and Hayes, LLP. I swallow. This is real. I recall the first comment that cut deeper than any cross-examination. I am presenting at a weekly strategy meeting when Angela paused mid-slide and whispered loud enough for 3 people to hear. "Marissa, is this your first presentation? It reads like a rough draft." I froze. I am proud of that slide deck. Indeed, hours of research and annotated statutes. I am transparent. Where did my confidence go? And then Derek leaned in, offering to help polish my work. I accepted, gratefully. I am trusting. But I soon discovered Melissa, our paralegal, copied my notes into Derek's deck word for word, and he presented them to Victor as his own. I am horrified. How did I miss it? I begin to notice the quiet control. I'm asked to update the firm's social media page, a low-risk assignment, they said. I am tasked with drafting press releases, blog posts, anything to keep me busy. I am grateful. But hour after hour, my workload balloons. I am drowning. The phone rings with calls from opposing counsel. Emails demand instant responses. I am running, on empty. Why can't I push back? Then the first gaslighting moment arrives. I am reviewing an email from Victor, time-stamped at 11 p.m., praising my initiative, but accusing me of overstepping boundaries. I am confused. I saved the draft in my proposals folder. Did I really send this? My hands tremble as I hover over my sent items. Nothing. I am relieved. But then I realize his email refers to a version of the proposal that only I had seen. I am alone in that virtual room. I am questioning my memory. Am I losing my mind? I feel the courtroom doors creak behind me. I am jolted back. I am walking toward my seat. Then I recall the whisper in the hallway. She's so eager to... Please, it's unsettling. I am that woman. Then I remember Carla's laughter in the break room. Watch her bite her lip when she's nervous. I am dissected, piece by piece, by smiles and sideways glances. I am invisible and yet scrutinized. Who am I if not their punchline? I begin to second-guess every email I send. I draft, delete, rewrite. I close my eyes before I hit send, willing the blinking cursor to move on its own. I am paralyzed by perfection. And then, the critique I can't shake. Your writing is too emotional for a legal brief. I am told to tone it down. I have always believed that empathy is my greatest strength. They call it weakness. I clutch the arms of my chair, nails biting into leather. I feel a bead of sweat slide down my temple. My mind races. If I show any sign of faltering, they'll pounce. My vision narrows on the judge's bench. Then I recall the soft click of Sophie's drawing pinned to my monitor. My little hero. I am choking back tears. I glance at the gallery, just empty seats, and one stony-faced spectator whose eyes remind me of every doubt I've ever had. I push back my shoulders. I am not here to be diminished. Then I spot Angela's smirk from across the room. I am burning with indignation. I want to stand, to shout that I wrote those pages, that I deserve credit. But I am silent. Then I hear a soft gasp behind me. My mentor, turning a page in the file he holds. What is he looking for? I taste iron on my tongue as I inhale. My palms sweat against the wooden bench. Is he going to defend me, or reveal another layer of this betrayal? I feel my chest tighten. Will I break before I speak? What happens next? I tremble as the courtroom settles into a hush. I am perched on the edge of my seat, chest tightening. Then the gallery door squeaks. I freeze. What now? I recall the moment everything unraveled. I am home late. Sophie's room dark and silent except for the soft hum of her nightlight. I am exhausted. So exhausted I can barely lift my head. Then she stirs and sleepily whispers, "Mom, will they take you away?" I am struck by her voice cracking in the dark. I am her protector. How can I protect her if I can't protect myself? I choke back tears. I am forced to explain, in 3-year-old language, why the bad people at Mommy's job are hurting me. I am ashamed. I am overwhelmed. What does a broken grown-up say to her child? I remember the next morning. I am racing through the subway station, coffee sloshing in my to-go cup. Then the phone rings, Victor's name flashing on the screen. I answer, voice brittle. He says, "Marissa, I'm concerned." I am relieved. Then he says, "I forwarded you an email. Tell me what you see." I open my inbox. I stare at the subject line. Proposal. Final draft attached. I click. I am stunned. It's the proposal I wrote, the one they laughed at, but with my name removed and Victor's signature at the top. I am furious. I am speechless. My hands shake so badly the cursor hovers over download 3 times before I manage to save the PDF. I am drowning in disbelief. Then the panic sets in. If I confront him, will I lose my mentor? Then I remember Sophie's question. If I stay silent, what do I prove? I step into the courtroom the next day, heart hammering beneath my blouse. I am pale. I feel every eye on me. The judge's gavel glints coldly in the morning light. Then I hear my own voice, shaky. "Your Honor, may I approach the bench?" I clutch the folder containing the stolen proposal. My knuckles go white. I place the file on the bench and push it toward the judge. I am exposed. I feel the weight of 1,000 sleepless nights in that folder. Then the judge looks down, eyebrows knitting. "Ms. Clark, these pages bear your handwritten notes. Explain." I swallow. I blink away tears. I feel a sting on my cheek. Did I cry? I am mortified. Then I hear the soft scratching of pen on paper as Carla takes frantic notes. I feel a surge of panic. Is she preparing to twist this against me? Then Derek shifts in his seat like a coiled spring, fist tapping. He's ready to pounce. I inhale deeply. I am a dam on the brink. Then I speak. I drafted this proposal in its entirety. I sent it to Mr. Hayes with the understanding it was confidential. I discovered he submitted it under his name without my consent. My voice cracks. Too loud. I press my lips together. I feel a sudden pressure as Angela rises from the plaintiff's table. I am defiant. Then she says softly, "Ms. Clark, are you suggesting your mentor betrayed you?" I nod. My heart pounds so loud I fear it will echo in the rafters. Yes. Then silence. The courtroom holds its breath. I am raw. Every instinct screams to flee. But I stand my ground. I will not be erased. And then, Sophie's face flashes in. My mind, hopeful, trusting. I steady my voice. I am determined. I have the original email with timestamps and my metadata intact. I submit it as Exhibit B. I slide a sealed envelope across the bench. I feel the judge lean forward, peering at me. The shuffle of papers crescendos. I taste metal on my tongue. I feel my pulse in my throat. Then the bailiff calls, "Exhibit B, please." I exhale. They break the seal. Then, my breaking point. The clerk reads aloud. Email from Marissa Clark to Victor Hayes, sent March 12/10:47 p.m. Attached is the final draft of the proposal for review. Please let me know if any edits are needed. My throat constricts. I fight not to choke. I glimpse Victor in the gallery. His face is unreadable, cloaked in shadows. Then my world tilts. He looked at me with pity. I am shaken. Does he think me a fool? I am consumed by betrayal. Mentor, colleague, protector, all illusions. I look back at the judge. I hold her gaze. My voice is steadier now. Your Honor, I trusted this man more than anyone. I never expected to be reduced to an afterthought. I swallow. I feel tears spill. Then I raise my chin. I am not his footnote. What happens next? I sit rigid as the courtroom door swings open. And then Melissa, our paralegal, appears at the witness stand, voice trembling. I watch her shoulders straighten. And then she testifies, I saw Mr. Hayes upload Ms. Clark's file under his own name. I am electrified. Did this really happen? And then the clerk summons surveillance footage, security camera of Victor copying files from my folder at 9:02 p.m. on March 11th. I stand, heart hammering. I am watching every grainy pixel reveal my stolen work. And then a hush falls. Is this enough? And then Carla bursts forward, clutching timestamps from our firm's server logs. This shows the original draft saved in Ms. Clark's directory, she says. I'm overwhelmed. And then the judge's eyes flick to me, waiting. Please let this be the proof I need. I inhale as the judge clears her throat. I am bracing for the verdict. And then she announces, I rule in favor of Ms. Clark. Full credit for the proposal is restored. Mr. Hayes is to apologize in writing and compensate Ms. Clark for damages. I feel the gavels echo like a drumbeat in my chest. I am shaking, tears pricking my lids. And then relief floods me, warm, unstoppable. My shoulders drop. I am breathing for the first time in weeks. And then Sophie's drawing slips from my folder, the one with me triumphant before the courthouse. I clutch it to my heart. We did it. I learned that truth doesn't need permission. I discovered that courage isn't the absence of fear, but the choice to stand when every instinct screams to run. I found that allies can appear in the quietest voices, and that justice, though delayed, can still arrive. I urge you, if you've ever been silenced, share your story. If you've ever felt unseen, speak up. And then subscribe. Join me as I continue to fight for the unheard. Because I promise you this, your voice matters. Comment below with your own courtroom battles, and let's stand together. I close my folder and step back from the bench, heart still racing. I feel Sophie's face in my mind, her proud smile guiding me forward. I breathe in the hush of the emptied courtroom, every echo a reminder that my voice carries weight. I straighten my jacket, steady my trembling hands, and turn toward the exit with a new certainty. I will no longer let anyone write my story for me. I look into the camera, into your eyes, and I say, if this felt like your fight too, please give this video a thumbs up. Hit that like button to stand with me and everyone who's ever been silenced. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell so you never miss a moment of truth and triumph here in our courtroom confessions. Share your own stories below. I read every comment and I'm here, listening. Thank you for witnessing my journey. Until next time, keep speaking your truth.